Night is out. Night is out. The day unfolds. This is why we've been waiting for another day for you to change my world. This is it, with every step closer to our bliss in this righteous quest. With your hand in mine, and away we fly till the end of time. We'll make up our mind on which side of the bed you rest your head while you're holding mine. While you're holding mine.
Everybody could please be seated. So first, I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight on behalf of James and Dallas. They're so happy to have you all here to share in their beautiful day. And if you were here last night, a very beautiful night. And I want to apologize in advance. I thought I could do this without getting emotional, but Dallas walking in, I've already lost it a little. So anyway, thank you. We're so happy to have you here. So a couple things before we get going. First off is we have some really amazing photographers here and a videographer, right? So we ask that you keep your phones in your pocket, under your butt, wherever they need to be, right? And let our pros do what they're doing. But we know people don't listen well and have bad impulse control. So we're going to give you 60 seconds when I say go to take whatever photos you want. After that 60 seconds when I say stop, if I see a phone come out, I'm going to point at you, call you out, we're going to stop, and one of the groomsmen is going to grab your phone and throw it in the river. Not many of you know me, but this will happen. So, on the count of 3, we're going to get going. Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, kiss. All right. All right. All right. Silly face. All right. Serious face. All right. Let's pretend like we just did the vows. So crying face. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Any face you want. All right. All right. Wave to the crowd. All right. Time's up. Phones away. All right. So the next piece of this is Dallas and James really wanted to find a way to incorporate everybody here in their special day. So we're going to do what's called a ring warming ceremony. So I'm in a moment going to hand one ring to one side, one to the other. They're going to work their way around. And what we ask is you hold the ring, you put a positive thought into that ring, and then you pass it on. And I know some of you folks here are quite spiritual. It is not a competition, 5 seconds or less. Okay? Again, if I see you getting zoned out or holding, I will call you out. It needs to go. Otherwise, we won't get the rings back in time for the vows. So with that, I'm going to kick this off. James is going to start on this side, and Dallas is on this side. 5 seconds or less. All right. So now, another warning. When Dallas and James asked me to do this, I knew what they were getting into, right? I think everybody can tell that this is a pretty non-traditional setting here. It's beautiful. It's all about friendship. It's about love. So I'm going to do the best I can. And the only reason I'm able to stand up here is because I know they're going to love me no matter what job I do. So we talked a lot about how we wanted to do this ceremony, right? And what would be fair to them. And even up until yesterday, I had about 5 or 6 different ways we could do this. I wrote it down, I typed it up, I threw it away. Haven't slept, we thought about it. And even up to they're doing photos now, and I'm just trying to get a little time in between each photo to say, what do you think about this? So the scary news for them is they haven't heard any of this. We're changing it again. And I think part of what I want to share as we start is when I was thinking about this and walking around, right? As a lot of you may have saw, I was pacing, I was quite anxious because I want to do this justice. And I walked over, everybody was gone, and I saw them doing their photos. And they were on the rocks, and then they got in the river. And all of a sudden, my anxiety subsided. And I remembered why I'm here. And I remembered how special they were to me. and how special their love is. So settle me down, and now we're ready to get going. Right? So one of the neat things that we're going to do here today is you'll see all the rocks that are lining the aisleway. So what we're going to ask all of you to do, James and Dallys are going to start this off, but when they walk out, we're going to build a cairn right over there in the corner between those two trees. They're going to show us how to do it, and that's going to live here forever. This has been a family property for a very long time. It's going to be a family property for much longer to go, and it's going to be here to signify this day, their love, and the community that we have here together. And as I thought about this, when I walked back over to here to stand up at the mic, I thought, wow, that's really important, right? Because when you think about that, what a cairn is, for those of you that hike, when you're above tree line and you lose your way, it's a way that you can stay on the trail, right? It's in some ways stay alive, other ways, not stress out too much. But when you think about love and a relationship, and I think about my experience with James and Dallys, because I've been a unique position to see this all along the way. And it really has changed me as well. But when you go back to, they started with friendship and kindness. And when you think about those two things in a relationship, that's really like a caring for a relationship. No matter what faces you, if you can come back to every day, friendship and kindness, right? As you go through the tougher pieces and parts, right? And even when it's really hard, remember, we're best friends first, right? Remember, as I say this, how can I be kind as I express myself when we work through this, right? That is a cairn. So I think it's really noteworthy that they picked that as for us to all participate in at the end of this. So with that, I'd like to share with you a little bit of what through my eyes, their personal journey that they've been on since the beginning. And they did know I was going to do this. And they asked it to be funny. It's a hard line of being funny and appropriate at the same time, with the only rule of I could not swear. So I'm going to do my best, and I apologize in advance if I slip up. So James and I worked together starting probably about 6 or 7 years ago. We went through a whole bunch of stuff, and no matter how many hours I worked, he was right there with me. And then all of a sudden, I heard this name Dallys. I'm not good with names. I don't ever remember names. But it stuck out, and he started talking about this person more and more, and I hear about how they're in a photography class together, right? And she came over, and they had dinner. And I'm like, what is going on here, right? My first thing was, how am I going to get enough work done if he's off, gallivanting with somebody else, right? I'm losing my friend and my work partner. But as that went, it's a really interesting relationship because we would go to lunch the same place every day. James is a little bit of a creature of habit, or certainly was back then. And he would talk about Dallys almost the whole time. And I'd hear about what she made for dinner, what she said, all the things. And again, I'm going to pick on him because I feel like that's free game, right? He had to explain it to me by orbit, right? Because that's how he slowed me down and said, Jeremy, you got to stay out in orbit, right? You got to go around. You don't want to get sucked in. But every conversation, I saw James getting sucked in, right? He'd get closer and closer. And then in half these conversations, I want to choke him because I'm listening about this amazing woman who's putting up with how far out in orbit he is. And it's very clear to me her intentions, right? Even though it may not be clear to him yet, right? And I was very much rooting for Dallys, even when this happened. But James is actually a pretty private person. So I got to meet Dallys one night. It was actually Valentine's Day. And cool enough, we actually went to see Haley Jane and the Primate show in Manchester. So at the time, I was dating someone, and not my lovely wife. So we went together, and I'm pretty socially awkward, as most of you know already. And I thought, how am I going to have a conversation with this person? So we go in, I meet James and Dallys, and I talk to Dallys nonstop. It was so easy. And I'm really good at being quiet and letting other people talk, but she made me talk. She found ways to get me to talk, right? And then I realized I have nothing to talk to my girlfriend about. And what's happening, right? So Valentine's Day, we go to the show, I meet Dallys, and I realize I need to find a Dallys, right? I broke up with my girlfriend the next day, right? So first way that Dallys impacted my life, and as their love evolved, right, it changed me as well. So back to a little bit more about James and Dallys, right? So we started hanging out, and I watched them, and I see James's quirkiness start to subside a little bit, right? I see Dallys creeping in, right? He's less regimented. They're going on trips. They're going to see more music. He's having fun. Like, he's taking a break from work, right? Like, he's finding joy in life, right? Dallys brought that to him. She met him where he was, right? She was patient, and she let her love come through. And with that case, right, we all come to a relationship with our own baggage, right? And she showed him what it could be like given the opportunity, right? And as I watched that evolve, right, it really is a truly amazing thing. And we could have read any amount of poems or different things that people wrote, but it doesn't do their love justice and what they've been through. About a year and a half ago, we were at a music festival together, and I was lucky enough to be there and help James be prepared to propose. He gave me some jobs. I really like jobs to do. It helps with the awkwardness. And so he was there. Faith Ann actually played for them as they got engaged, and we were all sneaking around for a couple of days. And it was a lot of fun, and I thought, like, this is a pretty cool thing, not thinking that it was going to hit me in any certain way. So James proposes. It is just the most beautiful thing, right? It's in the woods. There's music. They're doing what they love. And I watch as they look at each other and just the pure happiness that comes out at them with a group of us semicircled around. And through all this, right, this is a little selfish, it's a little bit about me, but they said I could do it, I was there with my best friend, and I had made a choice that I thought I would never be in this situation. But as they're going through all this, I actually fell in love with my best friend. And without them, that would not have happened, right? Their love, that pace, going to that foundation of friendship first, kindness, showing up for each other where they are, it not only changed James' life, and I hope Dallys is the same way in different ways. She's the outgoing one, so I think it's why this conversation is a little one-sided, right? But it changed my life, and I would guess it probably changed a lot of yours as well. As you've been around this and witnessed this, it really is beautiful. And I'm just so grateful to be able to hear with everybody today, right? And share that and be with them. And it's just such a great group of people. I'm going to do a quick thing here. Ring check. Oh, wow. You guys are, oh, it's pretty close. All right. So I think the moral of the story is, right, is they started the right way. They started as friends, right? They started slow. They got to know each other. And that means getting to know each other's quirks, right? Getting to know each other's like strengths and finding ways to meet in the middle and go. And they've been through some stuff just like we all have, COVID, all the things, right? As they decided to live together and do different stuff. And we're all here today. And so, again, one last thank you for everybody. I appreciate you guys letting me be up here and talk to this. And the ring is coming right here. We're back here. And by the way, we were also clever, so they're going back to the right sides of where we need them. No? Oh. We tried. All right. So this is where we come to the more formal part of the show. So James, if you could please repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my promise to love you forever.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my promise to love you forever.
With it, I promise that I will honor you, cherish you, and love you the rest of my days.
With it, I promise that I will love you, honor you, and cherish you the rest of my days.
Regardless of the challenges or triumphs we face together.
Regardless of the challenges or triumphs we face together.
Dallys, if you could repeat after me.
You might have to do it in like shorter spurts for me.
Will do.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Fix the mic.
I give you this ring as a symbol
I give you this ring as a symbol
of my promise to love you forever.
of a promise to love you forever.
With it, I promise that I will honor you,
With it, I promise that I will honor you,
cherish you, and love you
cherish you, and love you
the rest of my days.
the rest of my days,
Regardless of what challenges or triumphs we face.
regardless of what challenges or triumphs we face.
Okay. Do you guys have the rings?
Yeah.
All right. So James, If you could put the ring on Dallas's finger.
It'll fit.
You got it? All right.
Thank you.
And Dallas James's.
What's that?
All right. James, will you take Dallas to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Dallas, will you take James to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
All right. James and Dallas, having proclaimed love and commitment to one another in the sight of these witnesses and myself, I'm so happy to pronounce you, by the power vested in me in the Universal Life Church and the state of New Hampshire, husband and wife. James, you may kiss the bride.
I'm gonna make you so happy, said the bride to the groom. Life is a rose, and oh how we grow. We're gonna make this shit bloom. But everyone loses. Things can't always stay bright. But I know in my heart, when it gets dark, you'll be my love till the end of time. We'll make a part of mine. On which side of the bed you rest your head while you're holding mine. Till the end of time, we'll make up our mind. On which side of the bed you rest your head while you're holding mine. To the end of time, we'll make a part of minds. On which side of the bed you rest your head while you're holding mine. Till the end of time, till the end of time, till the end of time, till the end of time.
The Pac-Man one.
Oh, Suzanne.
Sweeter than the honey.
So good to see you. Thank you.
Sweeter than the honey bee, yeah, my queen bee. She rocked me to my soul, love me to my soul. She rocked me to my soul, love me to my soul. She's a starter, she can shake it so. Watching her look at her. Starter, she can shake it so. Dancing and having fun. She loved me to my soul, ooh, rock me to my soul. She loved me to my soul, rock me to my soul. Well, honey in the honey pot, and the pot is hot. Honey in the honey pot, and the pot is what I got. She rocked me to my soul, ooh, love me to my soul, ooh, rock me to my soul, love me to my soul. was sweeter than the honeybee. Yeah, honeybees gone. Sweeter than the honeybee. Yeah, my queen bee. She led me to my soul. Rocked me to my soul. She rocked me to my soul. Moved me to my soul.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Come with me to get my shoes. Sorry, I didn't know if this was the time to say hi or not.
I'm wide awake, waiting for a sign, wanting you to take my hand. I'm breathless in the morning, you're gone to better men. And I just sat there silent as the longest day began. Been gone a day, feels like many years. Lay below the red tree ground. Sun gave to moon, said sleep now, restless moon. 'Cause I ain't never
Oh my God. We're 5 and 3, heading towards 6 and 3. Oh yeah, it took us basically. Love you, buddy. Forever.
That's all true. I saved him from divorce number 3. The first time I met him. So. You remember Melanie?
Yeah, we just did.
We just hugged. Oh, nice. All right, we'll be around. Start. So looking forward to
Hey guys.
Probably the non-family member that's known him the longest.
Oh, there's a story there.
Say the gram is September 8th.
That love and light on your path. And when he said that, I'm like, you guys had no problem finding it?
Nope.
Didn't
Awesome. Good to see you.